Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. ¿Todo bien? Everybody good? Super excited to be here. Yesterday I said that I was happy to share that topic, but today, with everything that's gone on in the last 5 months, I'm even more excited to share about this journey of entrepreneurship and what it looked like for me. And I would love to hear what it looks like for you if you are an entrepreneur. So for those of you who don't know me, it's the first time you're tuning in. My name's Nat. I do own a business called Master Your Authentic Voice. I've been a public speaking and presentation skills coach for the last 6 years, but just recently have shifted, and I'm going down another way, and I'm really focusing on helping families, women and their families, relocate themselves with their business. So if you're catching me live here on Facebook, if you're catching me live here on Instagram, please make sure you send me a wave, say hi. How do we know each other? What do you do for a living? Are you an entrepreneur? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to read them. If I don't get them right away, I will get them a little bit later and make sure I will answer. But today it's really about that focus of entrepreneurship and how it showed up in my life, why it showed up. And this story really has a special place in my heart because it really wasn't something I thought that would happen for me or for my family, because it started because we created a family. And in 2012, my husband and I went to Punta Cana. We went on holidays for his 40th birthday. And after a lot of sun, fun, and rum, well, our Brugal baby was born 9 months later. And for any of you who know, you are a mom, there is something about motherhood that just shifts and changes everything in your life. The transition of what we were and what we become was a hard one for me to embrace. It was a hard one for me to understand what that would look like. I'd been single for 40 years. For 40 years, I didn't have any dependents. And now I was going to have this small creature, human being, dependent on me every day. It was the best gift that I received from God, from the universe. Wherever Adele came from, why she chose us, is the best thing that's ever happened to us. And when I did decide to go back to work, it was a hard decision. I was in the events industry. I was an event coordinator, special events coordinator in downtown Montreal. Shout out to my peeps at Saint Montréal. And I didn't really want to work full time. I really didn't want that grind. And I was faced with this dilemma of every day wondering, will the bus show up on time? Will the metro be functioning? Will I walk fast enough to hop in the car and go pick her up from daycare? Who would take care of her when she was sick? Because we were both working. And I know a lot of us face that when we have children. And it's about finding, the place that works for you and maybe that is family friendly. Those things were there and they were in place. And I'm really, really, really glad that I did that. Now, what did that mean for me, though? It meant that in the 3 weeks after I started work, I had a bit of a meltdown because I thought, how can I keep doing this, rushing all the time? I didn't want to rush. I wanted to be. I wanted to be present for my child when she arrived, when I picked her up at daycare. And I got a message on LinkedIn from a former client who herself had turned to coaching. And we hopped on a call and we started talking, and she knew me from my speaking days. And she just said, why aren't you just starting your own business? Why aren't you just doing your own thing? Make your own schedule, have your own programs, and coach people in speaking, because you know how to do this. People listen to you. You have presence. And it got me thinking. And I went back to work. And I thought a little bit more about it. And I got a little bit of butterflies. And I thought, And I spoke to Red about it. I said, What do you think? It would mean somebody's home. It would mean that transition would be there of having somebody more present. And it would be more aligned with the quality of life that we wanted for our family, right? We grew up with moms who were home, right? I have a huge respect for the stay-at-home mom. Huge. And I knew I couldn't be a full-time stay-at-home mom, but I knew that I could do that and something else. So in the fall of 2015, I left, or 2014, I left, and I hired this coach. Shout out to Melissa. And we worked together in building up what this business would look like. And it was freaking scary because I'd never done anything like this. Actually, had a business. So what was this going to look like? What I did know, it was that it was going to allow me to be more present for my daughter. As I fast forward a few weeks, there was something inside of me that there's little flags that just kept going off, because when I had returned from work, they had told me that there wasn't a lot of work for me. Numbers had been down. People hadn't been booking. So there was less work in my camp. And in January of 2015, I started cleaning out my desk. I started cleaning off my desktop, all those little bits that you sort of accumulate when you have a workplace computer. Started cleaning that stuff up. And on, I believe, if I remember correctly, February 7th of 2015, I was getting ready to go home. For whatever reason, that day I brought my car to work. And I was going to hop in and go pick Adele up at daycare. And the secretary came, Natalie, the GM wants to talk to you. And literally, I felt it drop into the pit of my stomach. I thought, it's happening. It's happening. So I walked in the office and I sat down and I got the infamous, "It's not you, Natalie, it's us." They did really appreciate my work, and they really were going to miss me because they did call me to go back 3 more times to fill in and sub for people. So I know that they appreciated my presence and my work, but there just wasn't a spot for me there anymore. And I just remember getting in the car and sort of frozen. And my colleague who'd helped me drag all my stuff to the car, she's like, "I don't understand. How can this be happening? This can't be happening." But it was happening. And there was this sense of relief. If you're tuning in, say hi. Bradley, I'm not sure if it's you, but if it is, thanks so much for joining me today. Bradley Cooper is on Instagram with me, but not sure if it's the real one, but shout out to you, Bradley Cooper 492. It was, heart-wrenching to know that I didn't have a job anymore. But exciting on the other spectrum that, oh my God, I've already started planning this business. I was already stepping into this role of entrepreneurship without even knowing it. And a little side note, we'd actually just put an offer in on a house, and that obviously we took the offer off the table because there was only going to be one income at that time. So we took the offer off, and we ended up buying the house that I really wanted, and I knew that we would be well in. And from one day to the next, I just went from 9-to-5er to entrepreneur. It was that simple. I remember the Monday, so this happened on a Friday. On the Monday morning, it was -38 in Montreal, and I didn't have to go anywhere. That was a good day. And creating this leap, I don't know how it happened so easily, where it showed up. It just did, and it worked. And the beauty of entrepreneurship is that I've learned in the last few months that you don't need to be sort of stuck in that one place. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to try other things, be somebody else. And that has been such a great lesson, to embrace the other things that come your way. And so choosing this new path of helping women and their families relocate just lights me up completely. Going to visit condos for clients, letting them know, the important things about, moving particularly here to the DR. It excites me. And I'm allowing myself to be in that evolution. My calendar is open for those badass women who want to have a conversation. It's a conversation to see, really, where are you now? What is it that you desire? Where do you want to be? Are you stuck? I get it. Because when we're so consumed with what we think it should be, but what it could be, oh my God, does that feel good? If that resonates with you, the calendar link is in Instagram in my bio. On Facebook, I will put it in the comments. Click on the link. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what this relocation could look like for you. I would love to welcome you here, but if it's not here, it may be somewhere else, and that's okay too. You need to find a place that you're going to be the most well for you and your family. If you're stuck because you don't feel supported, if you're stuck because you're not sure how your business can be, transferred to another country, those are conversations, real conversations that we can have together. If you're worried about how it will feel, what will people think? Those are conversations that we can have. So click on the link, let's have a call, and let's find out how it would look like for you to relocate. Entrepreneurship has been one of the biggest blessings of my life. And tomorrow I'm going to come live, if I'm not mistaken, at 9 or 10 o'clock to talk about how entrepreneurship and Starbucks showed up in my life and came together. So for those of you who join and watch the replay, make sure that you do a hashtag replay for me. Let me know that you are here. Let me know that you tuned in. I can't wait to hear from you. It's been such a great week so far. Day 3 of trusting when to pivot for yourself. Okay? Tomorrow, Starbucks is the name of the game. I can't wait to share that story with you. Whatever you choose to do today, have an incredible day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.